Cows graze in grooves on grass which grows in grooves. This is a tongue twister. Let me say it in slow motion. Cows graze in grooves on grass which grows in grooves. Now this tongue twister has got two clauses. The first one being cows graze in grooves on grass, and the second one which grows in grooves. So now you can ask me a question, that's what is a clause? Today we are going to be studying about clauses. Now clauses are actually groups of words which have got a subject and a verb. And not only that, it has to have a meaning. This entire clause has to be very, very meaningful. Then only it is a clause. For example, he laughs. Now, he is your subject and laughs is your verb. And it makes complete sense. It is totally meaningful. So, it is a clause. But what's the difference between a sentence and a clause? A sentence too has a subject and a verb. So what is the difference? The difference is that a sentence has to have a clause, but not the other way around. A clause does not have to have a sentence. Okay, so if you look at a sentence we have one clause, as I said earlier in the example earlier, or it can have two or more clauses. Okay, but you cannot have a clause having many sentences. A sentence has many clauses. Another point of difference is a sentence will actually give you complete information. Why? Because there are many clauses in the sentence and it makes complete sense. But a clause may or may not give you complete information. So that's another difference that you need to consider. For example, if you look at the sentence, I remember what you said yesterday. I remember is one clause and what you said yesterday becomes the second clause. Now if you look at I remember, I is your subject and remember is your verb. You is your subject in the second clause and said is your verb. What here plays the role of a conjunction to join both these two clauses together. Now if you notice, both these two clauses by themselves separately do not give you much information. It does not completely give you information in totality. There is no information here. For example, if I say I remember, it's not a complete information. I remember what? It's incomplete. Or if I say you said yesterday, that too doesn't make sense. But it does have a subject and a verb. But it is not a sentence because it does not make sense. Okay, so it does not make complete sense. So as I said earlier, these two clauses, since they do not give complete information, I remember clauses may or may not give information. Here in this case they do not give complete information. At the same time they are part of a sentence and when put together they make complete sense. So in short, a clause is a small unit of an entire sentence and many clauses can form one sentence. A sentence, on the other hand, is a group of words that contains a subject and a predicate and makes complete sense by itself. In the next video, we're going to be looking at the types of clauses. Now, there are two types of clauses which you're going to be looking into in detail. We'll do it in the next video. So, see you in the next class.